picture this. There are 8 black men who all board a flight out of Phoenix, Arizona. The flight's final destination is somewhere in New York. Can't say if it's LaGuardia because that's not what the article says, because I don't think LaGuardia is the only airport in New York City. Okay. So, white male flight attendant decides that there's an offensive odor. So the solution is all 8 black men who are on that flight are told they have to get off. The flight is held up, and when the airline couldn't find the guys connecting flights to their final destination, all 8 strangers who knew nothing about each other prior to this incident, they decided to put them back on the flight. And some of the guys recalled the ugly looks they're getting because naturally the majority white people on the flight assumed that it was the black men who did something by the looks. At least that's what some of the guys are saying. I'm not saying all of them said it. So what gives a flight attendant a right to single out one race of men, all 8 from somewhere different? These men didn't even know each other prior to this flight, and say there's offensive body odor and it has to be them. So 8 black men prior to this flight that you didn't know all had to have a body odor, and you want to say this isn't racist? See, I can't help it because I don't believe everything is racist, but this right here is. You kicked every black male who was on that flight, only 8 off. See, this is becoming straight boo-boo, and all these airlines in the United States are crap in comparison to their foreign counterparts. Have y'all seen planes? Cathay, Etihad, Emirates, shoot, even Air Jordan and Air Arabia, man. Have y'all seen any of those flights? The flights from Japan. Now, depending on who you ask, Air Canada is a little iffy, but I'm going to leave that alone. Air France, Lufthansa. We got to do better with our airlines. See, I go see my father this year, and I hate to think that something as simple as my skin color is going to be the reason I'm kicked off the plane. But let's be honest, this happened to 8 black men who didn't know each other, and now a lawsuit is being filed. This seems a little too weird for me for one guy who's a flight attendant, not black, would make such an allegation against 8 random black men. What was his malfunction that all the black men had to be kicked off the flight? Despite the fact that the airline's like, no, we're going to reboard. The flight is late because of these 8 black men, and they're getting dirty looks because of an allegation you made against all of them. So every person who had a foul odor on that flight all had to be black men, right? And this becomes a classic example of why you can't tell people to get over it when some of you, not all, do blatant stuff like this. Because I'm not saying all, but one person held up a flight because of their own racism. And don't say this wasn't racist, because it was racist. When is this stupid stuff gonna stop? I'm just curious. When we gonna stop doing this stupid stuff? In an age where phones are everywhere, eyewitnesses are everywhere, we're still showing our behinds. Why is this stupid stuff allowed to persist?